Here we are, December 27th of 2025. Rain finally cleared out. This is a Gwen avocado. It's in a number 15 pot. There's a little mesh to protect the single fruit that it has. It looks like it's gonna start pushing out some buds for spring. Um, I moved these out from underneath the canopy so that they could collect all the rain. Um, they did all right, despite it was pretty windy, but they seem like they held up pretty good. This one here is a reed. The reed held up pretty good as well. Still holding, like, I want to say it has 4 avocados, so it's not holding. It's a little cluster of avocados there. You might be able to make out 3, and then there's one sitting on the bottom. So yeah, it's holding 4. This pushing out new growth, little tiny bit. See if the focus there. Not doesn't look like it's gonna flower anytime soon. This one should flower a little later if it does flower. But that's the reed. There are with the jam. The jam leaves look a little toasty, but that's normal for my area. I did notice it's pushing out buds there. Buds right there, so maybe for January, February it'll be flowering. So but it's pushing out buds. This did all right. This branch looked like it got pushed over a bit, but nothing too bad. Here's the fuerte. Oh, by the way, all of these are in number 15 pots. The fuerte came from Home Depot. Small little pot. Transplanted to this. It took off. It's, I want to say, maybe like 6'4", maybe around there. 6'3", 6'4". This started flowering earlier in the month, so it had some open flowers. It still does. Did get in focus, but that flowers as well. A little bit too early, but that's what they do. So that's the potted plants in number 15. Here we are with Pinkerton. Pinkerton really started flowering quite a bit. So it's flowers all over, or flower buds. I haven't noticed. Oh, yeah, it does have some open flowers. So I seen some bees earlier. Not here, but on the other trees. So I wish this big giant pepper tree wasn't there, but it's in the neighbor's house, so it casts shade throughout the entire winter pretty much. So that's the Pinkerton's doing well. Pushing out new growth right down the bottom. It dropped quite a few leaves during the storm, so it looks a little scraggly, not too many leaves, but that's totally normal. It'll start pushing out new leaves again. So let me pan over real quick, or not too quick. This the lamb. Not doing much. It survived the storm. Survived the windstorm and the rainstorm. Had some pretty heavy rain here, so but I don't think it's pushing out any new growth. So but that's the lamb. Here we are with the Charwell. The leaves got toasty, but like I said, it's perfectly normal. Our water kind of blows here. So this had some flower buds earlier in the earlier video that I did. It's still pushing out more flowers, more buds. The flowers were on this side, so I don't see if any open, but it is pushing out a lot of new growth. Well, flowers, as far as flowers go. Like I said, these they'll drop all the all these leaves that are the tip burns. So, but it's doing well. Not too bad. It seems like it's pushing out a lot of buds here. It's getting a little taller, so not too bad. I had pruned it a while back. I pruned a. Let's see if I could get in here. I pruned a big branch there and a big branch off the top, and it just blew out. I wanted four new shoots there. Oh, so it's not too bad. It's spreading out nicely. That's the Charwell. Here we are with the reed. The reed, as you can see, I put a I tied it off again. It didn't fall over, but it started leaning over pretty bad with the windstorm, I guess. It didn't fall, so I just propped it up a little bit. It started leaning way over to the left side, but I think that might be the reason. Just all the fruit is on this side, so it might have been a mix of the wind and the weight of the fruit that's all on one side. So it has fruit on this side too, but not quite as many as the other side. So, but this, you could see all that beautiful bronze. These bronze leaves are really pretty. It's pushing out a lot of new growth up on top, so it's doing well. Not too bad, other than had to tie it off a little bit. And if you notice, I just tied off one little branch to see if I could get this branch to grow this way, and we'll see what happens. And that one's kind of growing straight up, so that's the reed. Here I am with another lamb. This is the taller one. It was tied off. I noticed that the rope started getting slack, so I just took the rope off, and you can see up on top it's branching out. I had topped it, so it stopped growing up, and that seemed to work. So it's kind of branching out to the sides, which is nice. It's still holding avocados, not too many, but it's holding avocados nonetheless. I see new growth here and there. No signs of flowers yet. It's a little early on this one, but not doing too bad. Tip burns totally normal. So anyone that, oh, I'm not fertilizing or something, yeah, I am. But the tip burns get like that because of our water quality here. So, but it's doing good. Looks like it's gonna branch out real nice. So that's the lamb. Here we are with the Esther. Esther is pushing out a lot of what looks like it's gonna be flowers most likely. A lot of buds. This it did the same thing last year. The buds are like dense buds. So I'm happy with this little tree. Bottom of the trunk, I had cut out these branches, just they were getting too long, and now on the bottom it's starting to grow new branches on that side again. So we'll see what it wants to do, and maybe I'll just let it do what it wants. But that's the Esther, which is right next to the bacon. I just cut off about 6 avocados from it. That's the last one, last man standing on here. I gave some to my neighbors, so before the squirrels got to them. But lens flare, big time lens flare. Hold on. But as you can see, this keeps growing up. I'm tempted to chop there, but my girl says otherwise. So we'll see what happens here. But that's the bacon. It's pushing out new growth. This usually flowers like mad. It has tons and tons of flowers usually. Looks like it's gonna start pushing out new growth, buds. Hopefully it flowers again. It doesn't skip a year. It did pretty well as far as avocados. We were eating them all since late October. We were eating avocados. We had avocados ripening right now, ripe avocados, the ones I cut as well. So but not doing too bad. Doing good. Other than, I don't know if you could make that out. The squirrels or a rat, I don't know, something bit the heck out of the tree and nearly bit it in half there. So that's what I'm thinking of cutting right below that. So just, I don't know. We'll see though. But that's the bacon. And here we are with the Carmen. Most of the avocados that had the burnt fell off, and we put them on the counter and they ripened up and they taste just fine. So if I could probably pick these avocados already and they will ripen and they taste just fine, like a Haas avocado, and they taste great. So but these are doing great. It's doing great. Not too much new growth on this. Doesn't look to have a lot of growth, but it does have plenty of avocados for us. So not sure. I'm gonna wait just to see if the oil in the avocados is better, but they tasted just fine. They didn't seem like they were bitter or anything. They were good avocados. So I might start picking, or I don't even know. I don't even know if these, you have to wait an entire year to pick them or what. But like I said, the ones that had the burn on them, they fell off, and put them on the counter and they ripened up real nice. So anyhow, that's the Carmen. And right next to it is the Gwen, another Gwen. This it's holding 3 avocados, but it's showing signs of buds, flowers. Again, right here, it's gonna flower. So, and this is quite a small tree. It's about 6 foot tall, but it's doing all right. Not bad. These small avocado. These are smaller than the ones that. There's one on the pot, and that one's like a lot bigger than these. But that's what this is holding. 3 avocados, and that's the Gwen. And here I am with the Gem. Gem's doing all right. A buddy of mine that's in that Rare Fruit Growers of California, he came and I was gonna cut the tips off the top. They're going over to the neighbor's house anyhow, and he came over and he took the top off of 2 branches, so he used it for scions. So if anyone went to a Rare Fruit Growers recently and got Gem avocado scions, it might be from this tree. So but doing well, not too bad. This one is not showing well, it's gonna push out new growth just a little bit early on this side. Still holding that avocado, have it caged, or that mesh. So far so good. Nothing's got in it. So, but this is yeah, it'll probably start flowering soon. A lot of new growth coming in, and hopefully it does well. Hopefully it'll fruit this year a little bit more than what it has. So anyhow, this is likely the last video for 2025 December, and wish you guys a happy new year, and hopefully you guys had a nice Christmas. Talk to you guys soon.